And she knows who she is. And she delivered that message. So thank you for bearing with us. We are 15 minutes late, and this is the first time we are late, and it is me who allowed the lateness. You have been exceptional. We were talking of people to rally you to come back. This is the first time in our history that people were seated here at 8, and at exactly 10:30 they were here. So I wanted to apologize for breaking the rule, but I broke it on your behalf. Thank you. Back to the facility. That's why I'm not a facility.
Wow. I'm just typing notes here for my children, and I love her biography. She says she wants to be a good ancestor. That really touched me. So, Peter needs to do some logistical work. Have you written scribbled notes? Your books are full. Yes, if nothing else, remember. She just have you watched the movie Lion King? Who's the old guy? Rafiki. No, not Rafiki. The one who pulls it's an old monkey. Not Mufasa. Is Rafiki the one who takes the child up? The kawaii guy with a stick. Yeah, she reminds me of wisdom. That not the stick part, but that wisdom of it. And I can just see him telling you, remember who you are. Remember. If nothing else, remember who you are. And as I was looking at the photos, Dan sent the photos through there. And I'm just not saying this just for the sake of saying it. I looked at everybody's picture I looked at Mary, her picture. I don't remember all your names, but I was just seeing such beauty and such greatness in each photo. Every photo that came had a unique feature. And I just kept saying, do you know how powerful and beautiful you are? Beautifully and wonderfully made. Are you aware? So if nothing else, remember who you are. So Peter, we have to go back to do some practical things.
Okay, thank you very much. I sent you a survey this morning. Just would like to get to know your experiences about the Celebration Summit, to understand what stood out for you, what are the key takeaways. So if you can please get your phone or laptop. It will only take 10 minutes to respond to that. So this is the time you can pull out the phones. It's okay. We'll not put them in the basket. If you don't have it, maybe I didn't have your email, let me know, I forward it to you.
kalo. Bali. Unapenda pa. Ni pe. Unapenda pa. Utatoa pe. Usipende bure. Tauponza moyo, tauponza. Unapenda meshangazi utauawa. Tauawa bure, tauawa. Na kama nataka kukupata kupa punguza kupa kichupa situpe chooni. Utamu nakuja nakata. Dunia tamu, dunia chum. Dunia tamu, dunia chum. Dunia tamu, dunia chum. Dunia tamu, dunia chum. Mzuri rishe bwana lolo tamwaswa ila za ndani ana umeme ananukia uturiri pesa na zozo nyingi aswa ila za ndani ana umeme uya usompenda kaja itakiriku itakibajaji amshe mpirabu.
Ngiyahamba ngilandela umoya, izinyawo zami zithinta izulu, umhlaba uyakhula phansi kwami, imfula iyageza izono zami, ngiphakamisa amehlo ezulwini, ngiyathandaza ngingalindi izikhathi. Nipe nguvu, nipe mwanga, nipe nafasi ya kung'aa. Nipe nguvu, nipe mwanga, nipe nafasi ya kung'aa. Rise up, light is calling. Rise up, hearts are falling. Izintaba ziyakhuluma nami, ngiyazizwa izinkanyezi, ngikhanyisela uthando lweqiniso, ngithola amandla okuhamba phambili. Rise up. Rise up. Ngiyakuthanda, ngiyakuphupha emini nasebusuku. Angiyeki ukucabanga, izwi lakho likhanya njengenyanga ebusuku. Ngiyathandaza, uthando lwakho lungangishiya. Nakupenda kila saa, wewe ni wangu. Nakupenda kila saa, nakupenda kila saa. Every heartbeat, it remembers. Oh, nakupenda, nakupenda. Every second, every ember, nakupenda kila saa. Oh, wena ungumoya wami, ungamandla ami. Ngizokuthina njalo, ngiyakufunga. Ubuhle bakho bungithinta njengezulu, ngiyazi. Siyathandana kuze kube phakade. Nakupenda kila saa, wewe ni wangu. Nakupenda kila saa, nakupenda kila saa. Light as the sunrise, naangalia mwezi, naona tumaini. Nyota zinacheza, mwanga unakimbia. Hewa tamu kama ndoto yangu, ni kama moyo wangu unacheza ngoma.
Find it. Pita, are we good?
Ngiyabonga,
Tuseme AC. The AC also makes you cough. You know. Sorry? Maybe 3 more minutes. Okay.
ngiyabonga, ngiyabulela. Oh, ngiyabonga, siyabonga, siyabonga. Nipende kama vile jua, niongoze kama vile nyota, nipate kama
lwami luhlala lukhona, izinyawo zakho ziyaphumula eduze kwami, ngizohamba nawe kuyo yonke indawo. Ngicela ungishiyele mathunzi ekhaya, izinsizwa zikhala, zinyawo zidansa, ngoba lapha kuyashisa futhi kuyaphola, ngiyathandaza, ngiphendule emoyeni. Mimi nakupenda moyo wangu, twende mbali, twende juu. Mimi nakupenda moyo wangu, twende mbali, twende juu. Oh, answer the wind, let it carry me higher and higher, where dreams are free. Oh, answer the wind, let it carry me, dancing through the skies endlessly. Oh, answer the wind, let it carry me higher and higher, where dreams are free. Oh, answer the wind, let it carry me, dancing through the skies endlessly. Lapho ilanga likhanya, izulu liyakhuluma, imifula iyahamba, iyathwala izifiso, ngiyakhumbula ubuso benjabulo, ngoba impilo
Pita,
iyajika,
if you're happy, we are happy. Okay. You're very important in our happiness index. So we had some questions at the back there. We wanted to make sure we have answered. I promised that we would look at them before we go, to make sure. You need a mic. Yes. It should arrive to you in. There's some magicians who bring mics around. So there were questions that we remember, the questions the day before yesterday. It feels like we've been here a week. So we had questions, different groups. So Sarah will just go through them and see whether they've been answered. And if they're not answered, we can answer them now.
I know you've had your laptops open and your phones for the last few minutes. Please just close them up now. As nice as they might be to have in front of you. So phones and laptops back where they belong. Just for a few more minutes, few more hours maybe. Yeah, so we tried to group the questions that you asked on Tuesday. So there were quite a few about how do we stay connected as Cohort 3. So actually I wanted to throw that question to Mama Joyce to hear if she has any ideas on how do we stay connected as a cohort beyond keeping in touch with our learning buddies and the people we've met individually, but is there anything as a group we can do?
I am throwing the question back at them.
Okay.
But what I want to say is that we are willing to coordinate stuff. The other groups, what they have done but not followed so well, is that actually by the end of the last night, it was too emotional to think about that. People have a name for their group. They form a WhatsApp group, and you continue there. But from our side, what was supposed to happen with Cohort 1 and Cohort 2, and has been really challenging to organize because of other things, is maybe once every quarter or once every the fourth month, we can organize, if there's demand, a speaker, like these guys who are speaking here. There are many here in this country, and there are many others in other countries. And we have access. But we need to know what is it that you want to hear about. Because I don't want to be the one deciding what you want to hear. So, but we can also give you ideas. So one of the things, because some of you were asking this question before we gathered here on Tuesday, is that why can't you select 3 or 4 representatives to coordinate you to agree on what you want to do, and we will help where we can help. Is that a good idea? We will keep in touch with you, sending emails and stuff like that, and inviting you to things, but we wanted right from the very beginning, excuse me, you to be part of this cohort and part of the other cohorts. Excuse me, we have 135 people, and we shouldn't lose anybody. Are we good?
Okay, great. Nice idea. There were a few questions on the Enneagram, both for you individually and for your teams. I think that was addressed by Joyce yesterday. And also, any questions you have or requests or thoughts, I'm sure Joyce will happily receive them about the Enneagram, because we know that that's an area that you're still very interested in, maybe seeing how you might be able to do it with other team members or even other organizations. Then there were questions around how do you sustain what you as an individual and what you as a team have developed over the last 8 months, 9 months during this program. And Christine, I think you can add a few things here. Like, how do you keep it going? Someone was like, how can this transformation be everlasting? Or how can I support how can we ensure that what we've learned about leadership will persist? So what I would tend to say about this is try and be content with what you've got so far. Not everyone will have got the same things from this program. You all will have got different things from it. Accept what you've got, and I think a bit like what Lindy was saying earlier, like reflect on it. What do I have, and what do I still think I need to develop? But and then how can I sustain what I do have? Because we backslide. We all backslide, don't we? So notice when you're backsliding. And often what I've done when I've been through a coaching program is when I feel the backslide, I go back to the practices that my coach has given me. I'm like, what were the practices I was doing that helped me develop this, but that I'm backsliding from? So those practices can still really help you. And talk to your team. You know, you've all been through the same thing together. So it won't all stay with you, but you have enough. Just believe that you have enough for the time being and let it really settle into you. Yeah, Joyce.
Some of us have been on this road for a long time, and I'm not one of them. But what has really helped me is also recognizing the resources that I have got. I don't think you have exploited the relationships that you have built in this room. We all go back to our small corners and forget. So I would not like to forget that. And without prejudice, I want to say something about that was done by Amani that I hadn't thought about. They went inside the group to find out. They did a skills assessment of what is within the Amani group. And I think they said there was only one thing they needed to go out for. Everything was inside. And they started holding things inside for those who were experts in this to inform the rest of the staff members. What resources, she said, do you have? How can you utilize them? And now that you know each other, and I have been BCC you in all the general emails because I don't know whether you want me to give you each other's email. I can do that, but it's not out there. A lot of it is not out there. It is in this team, and that is why we have this idea of cohorts. You got each other. We can support you. But, you know, we are only one person. Your coach is only one person. So maybe Amani can tell you how they are doing what they are doing and what do you have in you, around you, and beyond. Thank you.
I think just to add on that one, Joyce, Jackson is the one leading that process. So Jackson, do you want to just put your hand up so people know if you want to ask him about that sort of skills audit that they did and then how they're going to share with each other. And then your last few questions were mostly about how do we share this in our teams, what we've learned, how do we share it in our teams, and how do we share it beyond that with other partners, how can we scale it, how can other organizations that we know benefit from what we've experienced here. And I think that's a bit like what Joyce said before, kind of back at you. You're the ones who now have, you know, what you've learned from here. And many of you in your transformational action plans had very clear plans on how you're going to do it within your organizations. So, you know, that's really something that you'll have to decide how you do it as the senior management team within your organizations. Beyond your organizations, I'm not sure. I was thinking that perhaps, I don't know whether, Joyce, you would accept people to say to you, oh, we think this organization would really benefit. Would that be useful or not? Or would you suggest you try and support other organizations?
What I would say is you can recommend, but the problem here is funding for other organizations. You were actually selected and supported wholly by Echidna Giving. But there are also other organizations that are supported by other people. If you can recommend them, you can talk about the program to your donors and other people that are doing this. This was a 3-year thing, mainly supported by Wellspring and then Echidna. And we don't know what Echidna is going to do, but then they have their own groups that they are working with. and Wellspring is closed forever for those of you who are working with Wellspring. So if you really have compelling people that you think they should do this, the organizations themselves are going to have to be the ones who initiate with their funders to really make this happen. This is now, initiated by Echidna because and that is so important. These 5 of the organizations here, and Greek is also part of the Echidna grantees, we need to find a way to connect you with Cohort 2 as people working in the area of girls' education to create a coalition. And I can't promise anything, but I'm talking to Echidna about that. How do we create critical mass of organizations that are working with girls to really move the agenda of girls forward? So what ideas do you have? Please do not share with, this was pilot. How do we move forward? And you are part of the solution. Can you suggest things to there? And of course, I hope you know you have access to me. Having participated in this program, you can tell me your ideas, blah, 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 blah. And even if we cannot do it, I will say that, but it jigs our thinking. So I'm sorry there is no direct answer, but it costs quite a bit. An arm and a leg, maybe I should say. And we are very grateful that Echidna was able to step up for you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Joyce. So I think hopefully that has answered your questions that were here. If there is anything else that you still have burning, I'm going to send you directly to Joyce. She can deal with it. Okay, so I think that's it, Christine.
Okay. There'll always be questions, but a lot of the answers really lie within. Okay. Are we good to close? I think we are cooked. Chakula imeiva. The coaches have done everything. Joyce has done everything. The back now remains with you. You can only cook food after so long. You have to go and serve it. Now we are ready to serve you to the world. Are you ready to be served to the world? Huh? Yeah. So I'd like you to just clear your desks, remove papers, clear so that we can close with clean tables.